So let me start. So finally, we finished the fiction, but of course, the same ideas will be discussed later. But now we are focusing on non-fiction. I'll show you also what we are expected to know. So we finished this part, the literary devices, which is like figures of speech. Now we start with the main idea. And then summary, inferences, author's purpose, and the rest. But also we'll have like one grammar session, maybe today or tomorrow, I'm not sure. Maybe the first one is just main idea, and then the second session will be introduction to grammar. So let's get started with the main idea. So we are discussing the main idea. Actually, this is a very important question. Since grade or starting from grade 5 or even before this, you're asked what is the main idea? What is this text is discussing? What are we talking about here? Just let me accept someone else to join us. And later on, when you have the EST, also this question, you will meet this question at least 5 times. Main idea and the supporting details. We'll know all of this. It's very easy. It just needs some concentration from you, and of course, more practice by reading more. So the main idea is actually the big picture. What is the text is discussing? What is it about? For example, let's say you read an article. The title of the article is Cats. Okay. But what exactly about cats? Maybe it's not mentioned. It was not mentioned in the title. You have to read carefully so you can find out. Maybe it's discussing how cats evolved to become domestic animals that you can keep them, or they are helping humans to catch mice and so on. And maybe different types of cats. Maybe discusses how ancient Egyptians and why they mummified cats. So this is the main idea. The big point and what exactly the text is discussing. It's about cats, but what about cats? What else we should know? Usually, as it's mentioned here, that often the reader can find the main idea by looking at the title, but it's not all the time the case. Some writers give you strange title just to attract your attention. So this means that it's not all the time the main idea in the title. But in the case of nonfiction, especially if it's just informational text, yes, the title will give you a hint about what's the text is talking about. So like here, why students should have less homework. So definitely in this article or this persuasive writing, I will see the reasons for why they should have less homework. Let's read this, and we will notice that actually we understood nothing. Just 1 second. Engineers create wealth, like money for society, for us. So tennis is a game, and the resources of the earth are scarce. Have you gone mad? Thus, the only solution is to educate the public on being social. So as you can see, nobody is writing like this. And if you are doing like this, of course, it doesn't make sense. And this is the good thing here, that nobody is doing this. And even in the text, which you will have, some writers do this, or some kind of strange organization of the text. But in tests, you will not meet like this. You will see some kind of organization. You will have a main idea, and so on. So you can easily answer the questions. So the good news is that normal passages have main ideas, not like this, not about 5 topics discussed together. The main idea is like the heart of the text. And by the way, the main idea, usually each passage has just one main idea, and it's supported in each paragraph, which means that each paragraph has its own idea, which is definitely connected to the main one. Where can we find? We will know this. So main idea is like the heart of the text, and each paragraph also has a main idea. And all the rest next, after the introduction, the rest of the passage is just supporting the main idea. So you have to remember this. Usually the main idea is in the introduction, and it's later supported in the rest of the passages. And of course, this is not just a reading session. It's also to do with writing. Whenever you are writing, you have to do the same. You have one main idea, and it's supported. You give more evidence on this idea in the next paragraphs. And ask yourself all the time, what does he want? What is this passage about, or about whom? Usually, as we have something called thesis statement, which is where the main idea is mentioned in the introduction, we have also something called the topic sentence, which is inside each paragraph, inside each body paragraph. Like we have introduction, and then we have other paragraphs. So the body paragraph, usually each one of them include a main one sentence called topic sentence, which will tell you and this makes it easier for you to identify what does this paragraph want exactly. Homeless people have many problems. In winter, it's hard to stay warm, and it gets too hot in summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. Worst is the lack of privacy. Maybe this can be a thesis statement, like in the introduction, and it will tell you that how they are suffering in winter, how it's they don't have homes, so this is a problem, and they lack privacy. Supporting details, as we mentioned, how. So yes, this was the main idea. So give me more detail. This is what is called the supporting detail. So as you can see here, this is the main idea. It's mentioned in the first sentence. Homeless people have many problems. What are they? I need some more evidence for this. So in winter, it's hard for them to get warm. It's also hard to keep things safe versus lack of privacy. So all of this supports the main sentence here. Homeless people have many problems. Okay. Sometimes, by the way, the main idea is implied, and we remember this when we discussed characterization and inferences also, that the idea sometimes is not clearly stated. You have to read carefully and read between the lines, or maybe it's supported by some examples, but it's not mentioned. You have to think carefully to try to get it out. So the students had fun on their trip, the field trip. They visited the Marine Museum. They were able to tour a tugboat, and they bought souvenirs in the gift shop. After the tours, they ate a picnic lunch in the park and played with their friends. So as you can see, the underlined portion of the sentence is the main idea and stated for the reader. However, this is not all the time the case. Samantha, I cannot eat or sleep when you are gone. I need to hear your soothing voice and see your lovely smile. I miss that special way you sing. Please come home soon. So as you can see, the main idea here is not mentioned exactly, but we can infer that the author or the writer here wants his wife or whoever, Samantha, and he misses her so much. So he didn't say, I miss you, or the writer mentioning here is saying that he misses Samantha. But you read carefully and you found out, yes, he is in love with her. He wants her back as soon as possible. This is what means by implied. It's not mentioned directly or stated directly. By the way, sometimes you meet a lot of information, too much, but this is just extra supporting the main idea. It's It's not the main idea, but it's just support. By the way, all of this will be also on Telegram, so you can review it after we finish or whenever before the map test. But the main thing about the main idea actually will not, by default, you will be able to find out the main idea by reading more and more. So who will get now it's time for practicing. So who will get me the main idea of this? I want your answers, please. You can unmute yourselves now. I spoke for a while. It's time for you to speak. So let me read it for you, and I want you to tell me what is the main idea of this. Maria offered to help her mother clean the house. She vacuumed the living room and dusted the furniture. She picked up the toys in the playroom. She ate a ham sandwich for lunch. Then she mopped the kitchen floor. What do you think the main idea? First of all, and another question, what sentence doesn't support the main idea? But first, I want you to get me the main idea. And actually, it's very easy. So, Karim, Jana, Edziu. I think I have to see you also, not just hear your voice, to make sure that you are not laying in bed or something.
Mister, I'm on my laptop, and this laptop doesn't have a camera, so I cannot use it.
Okay, so what do you think is the main idea of this? Actually, it's, if you cannot find it, there is a big problem, and I spoke for nothing the last few minutes. What is the main idea? Actually, it's very extremely easy.
بس على فكرة لسه دخلت يعني I don't know the lesson what is about.
It's about the main idea. Try to find what is the text or what we are reading is about. Actually, the main idea is written literally and it's underlined. So please, that's the most important thing about reading. You have to focus and concentrate. And I said the main idea usually at the beginning. So actually, the main idea here that Maria, it's some kind of a helpful daughter. She helps her mother in the house. And as you can see, we have different examples for this. She vacuumed the living room, she dusted the furniture, she picked up toys in the playroom, she mopped the kitchen. He was asking here, which sentence does not support the main idea? What doesn't support here is that she ate a ham. This doesn't support the idea that she was a helpful daughter. Okay, so this means what we want to understand that not all the sentences have to do with the main idea. Sometimes by reading more and reading a lot, as we said, our target that you have to read at least 30 minutes in a day. It will really change your level. So she ate a ham sandwich for lunch. This has nothing to do. So later on, you will be able to read quickly and skip or skim the text. Also, this is your, it's time for practicing again. So please give me the answers. So what you are going to do again, read the instructions carefully. It was the same exactly like the previous practice exercise. And I said, unmute yourselves, please. And let's see who will get the answer first. What does he want, guys, here? He wants the sentence which does not support the main idea. And what is the main idea here? It's written in the first paragraph. I'm waiting, guys. Nobody answered. Which sentence here does not support the main idea? And what is the main idea? Winter provides the opportunity for many outdoor activities.
Maybe
so which sentence has nothing to do with this?
For me.
Jana, Nadia.
Swimming in the pond in summer can also be fun. This one.
Yes, amazing, Ezio. So he got it first. So as you can see, this one doesn't support, has nothing to do with winter at all, or even, and of course, outdoor activities in winter. So this is the one which we should skim or skip or whatever. So not all the sentences have to do with the main idea. So excellent, Ezio. Now you just choose, write the answer, and we will do this on iExcel. Now just choose the correct answer, A, B, or C, and write the answer in a text message, direct message to me. Direct message to me. Karim, Nadia, I hope you are with us. Nardine and Jana. Excellent, guys. All of you got it. Almost all of you got it correct. It's the rainforest is home to many creatures. It's, by the way, it will not be different actually in the EST or so on, or any map tests, but just the wording will be different. It will not be. It's the answer. First of all, it's B. Like most of you got it. Okay.
مستر
So maybe yes, Nadia.
مستر معلش اتلخبطت، انا بعت ايه وانا اصلا كنت عايزه اجاوب بيه مش ايه.
Okay, no problem. Good job. So, so as you can see, in the tests you will meet later, maybe this is the case, maybe in grade 5 or 6, you get the same wording or the same words used in the passage, you will find it in the answer. But later on, you will not see the same thing, of course, but you will just see some synonyms, or maybe the organization of the sentence will be different. It's very simple. The more you read, as I said, the more you will get it easier. So yes, excellent, guys, all of you, it's B. Try another one, please.
Soccer players, there are many skills when playing.
And don't forget that sometimes, as I mentioned, one sentence can confuse you and tell you that, and like it's not related to the main idea. So don't be confused by this. And another thing, sometimes the main idea is not mentioned directly or stated directly. It's sometimes implied that you have to read between the lines to figure it out. I started to get some answers. So soccer players learn many skills when playing soccer. Soccer players learn how to dribble and pass the ball. They also learn how to control the ball so they can eventually score. Most importantly, soccer players learn how to work together with their teammates. So excellent. Some of you answered A. They also learn how to control the ball so they can eventually score. Okay, but yes, this is one of the ideas mentioned. But if you chose A, this means that you didn't read the last sentence, because answer number A has nothing to do with the last sentence. Nothing was mentioned about the team work. So they have to learn a lot of skills, as most of you chose. It's C. Yes, learn skills. One of them is, of course, working together as teammates. It's not an individual sport, so you have to work with others, pass the ball, do crossovers, or not just play alone. So yes, the idea, which it's C, includes all whatever was mentioned up. Question number B, also it just mentioned one thing. Soccer players learn how to dribble. How to dribble only? What about passing balls? What about know how to score? What about working with teammates? So those who got it, good job. Still, here it's more challenging. Why? First of all, there are no choices. The second thing, that the idea is implied. I want you now not just answer A, B, or C. You will write, maybe give me a title for this, or maybe write the main idea as a sentence. Swimming is one thing that can be done at the beach. So this means that actually the first sentence, what does it mean? Implied that the main idea actually is not mentioned directly or stated directly. It's the main idea actually is hidden between the lines. So you have to read each sentence and come out with the main idea. And also this question was about what is implied, and we discussed it before. When we discuss inferences, it's also around 4 or 5 questions later on in the ST. So swimming is one thing that can be done at the beach. Snorkeling is another thing, can be enjoyed. Playing beach volleyball can be a lot of fun. It's also fun to look for shells. Some people simply like to sunbathe. What is the main idea? I need it in a sentence. The main idea is not stated directly, but as you can see, usually this is a trick here. The word which is repeated usually has to do with the main idea. Or repeated more than one time. Jana answered. Let me check also. Najar as well. Nardine, excellent. So as you can see, a lot of activities, your answers, it's there are a lot of things to do and a lot of fun we can do on the beach, fun things to do on the beach, a lot of fun stuff to do at the beach. So excellent, Nardine, Najar, and Jan. Okay, guys, so we are done. Now let's do IXL, but maybe it's more, a little bit challenging, but the same idea that you read carefully to find out the answer. Okay, guys. So what you will do here, just read and write the answer A, B, or C. And as I said, all the time, whenever I'm reading, I'm highlighting and taking notes.
Mister, you're not sharing the screen.
Oh, okay, sorry. And don't be
Mr. Dia, you're lagging so much. I can't hear you.
sometimes, as we said, the main idea is mentioned at the end, sometimes at the beginning, or sometimes it's implied. You have to think wisely to try to find it. So who got the answers? Kareem says C. Nardine says C.
Mister, it's telling me you're not in the meeting.
So what?
It's telling me you're not in the meeting, so I cannot send a message.
Yeah, me too, Mr. Dia.
Strange, but
And me too.
Me.
You need to press X on like what it says. Mr. Dia is not in the meeting, and then you press on Mr. Dia, and after you press again on Mr. Dia, so it can work.
طب احنا what you are going to do.
Hey guys, sorry for the internet. So most of you got the right answer. Some of you sent me on Telegram, those who have issues. So excellent, it's C. Let's do another one, then I'll leave you to answer on your own. Don't forget to read the title. Usually it's in the first sentence. When you see some words like today, this is like you will see something else. It was talking about something, now it's talking about something else. However, moreover, furthermore, those transitions are very important. They show the shift in between ideas. Usually the word which is repeated a lot has to do with the main idea as well. While also one of the transitions and connectors. So what do you think, guys? Those who have problems with sending a message, you can just tell me the answer or send it on Telegram. What do you think about option A? The lemon peel baseball was made of one piece. This is some supporting information, just one of the information which was mentioned later. Supporting, and it's not the main idea, just telling you the lemon peel was made. It's not just made, it's talking about the lemon peel baseball. Okay, so that's why number 8 wouldn't be the best option. Let's check number B. Today's baseball is quite different from early balls such as the lemon peel. Oh, okay, maybe because it was talking about the history, as you can see here, the history of the baseball, and discusses first one of the first balls used, and then later, which is different, and it's mentioned actually, the main idea actually was inside, so this may be. Whenever I'm sure, this is another thing, by the way, whenever I'm sure that 100%, this option, 100%, that's strong, just take it away, delete it. It shows the wrong. So they just delete it or cross it. Yes, the answer is B, as if it's not there. This is some kind of relaxing yourself that now I have two options. Even if I'm still not sure about the two options I'm left with, at least there is a good chance that maybe 50-50 that it will be correct. So the answer, well done. It's B now. I'll send you the worksheet, or I'll open it first. So those who, but I believe all of you are on Telegram. So you will find it. It's called the worksheet. It's called Main Idea 5 worksheet. You will find it on Telegram. So see you in 30 minutes. Okay, guys, answer please this worksheet. Answer just the, let me check how many pages is it. Also do, you can take a screenshot.
Mister.
Yeah.
Mister.
So you do
my
1, 2, and 3. Yes, Karim.
My phone died in the water, so I have to. So I have to.
You will do number
wait for
1, 2, and I cannot hear you well. Your voice is lagging. You can write me a text message. Okay, so you just give me, summarize the main idea. You read, what is this text about? Ask yourself, what is it about exactly? Don't tell me just, it's about Sir Isaac Newton. What about him?
Mr.
His history,
I'm sorry, Mr.
his
Dion.
life, his inventions?
Karim
Yes.
wanted to tell you that the phone died in the water. This is what he
And
wanted to
what?
tell. So he doesn't have the
But
Telegram,
he
doesn't have nothing.
So he can download the Telegram on the tablet, like I'm doing.
I know, but
So
he wanted to tell you this.
3 text. Sorry for him.
Mm.
Mister, I sent you the message if you cannot hear me well.
Okay.
La, Karim, I told him what happened.